breaking updates now coming in the Sanjay Kapur Inheritance Saga. Sources have told Times Now that the Supreme Court is seeking a response from Karisma Kapoor on the application that has been moved by Priya Kapur for certified copies of the divorce petition, in which the settlement had happened between Sanjay Kapur as well as Karisma Kapoor for filing the same before the court, where the dispute regarding estate is currently pending. Now, the counsel for Karisma has objected to this application that has been moved on the ground that it is not maintainable before the court. The court has sought a written response on the same, and the matter has now been listed for hearing after 2 weeks. My colleague Dipankar is getting us the update. And Dipankar, Priya Kapur wanted details of the agreement between Sanjay Kapur and Karisma Kapoor. What's expected next?
Well, yes, Priya Kapur had approached the Supreme Court seeking those certified copy of the documents that were used, or that the orders that were passed by the Supreme Court while the matter was being heard in the Supreme Court. The divorce matter was being heard in the Supreme Court. And now the Karisma Kapoor's counsel has also approached the Supreme Court, where they have objected to this petition that was filed by Priya Kapur, saying that it is not maintainable. And the court has sought a response on the issues as to how this petition that Karisma Kapoor is claiming to be not maintainable, or what are the reasons why they are saying that this petition is not maintainable. So we'll have to wait and watch. In the next 2 weeks, the written response has to be filed by Karisma Kapoor's counsel. So we'll now have to wait and watch as what the court observes in this matter, as it is a chamber proceeding that is going on. So we'll have to wait and watch as what happens in this matter ahead.
Okay, all right. Let's see what happens next. That's what you're telling us. But Dipankar, you've also been following the legal proceedings in the case so far. Why did the counsel for Priya ask for the details of the divorce agreement between Karisma Kapoor and Sanjay Kapur? How is that important in the case that's currently taking place in the inheritance saga?
From the sources in this matter is that these documents that are there detail as to what was the last agreement, that was the settlement that was formed between Karisma Kapoor and Sanjay Kapur. And what we are getting to know is that how this entire settlement may be used in the proceedings that are going on before the Delhi High Court, where the shares are being asked for by the children of Karisma Kapoor in the estate, the 30,000 crore estate of Sanjay Kapur. So there is a link that is being created between the settlement that had been arrived while the divorce was given between Sanjay Kapur and Karisma Kapoor, and whether there are any rights that are there that have to be used or that have to be adhered to. We'll have to see when these arguments, when these documents will come in the High Court, and when these links will be created, that whether any share has to be given to the children of Karisma Kapoor or not. So that is how these documents, the settlement agreement, that were given by the Supreme Court when the matter was decided, the divorce petition was decided. So these are the things that are going to be seen by the High Court when all these documents will come over there.
Okay, all right. So now the matter has been listed for hearing after 2 weeks, and we are told that Karisma Kapoor's side has denied giving these documents, or has objected to this application moved on the ground that it is not maintainable before the court, and the court has now sought a written response to the same. So what could happen next, Dipankar? The counsel for Karisma objecting to this application, saying that it's not maintainable in court.
Yes, these allegations that are being leveled that this is not maintainable before the Supreme Court, those allegations will have to be substantiated by the counsels for Karisma in their written submission, which they have to file before the court. And we will have to see as to what further, if there are any further arguments that are being raised by Karisma's counsel. We'll have to wait and watch as to what other points or grounds are being raised by Karisma's counsel while this matter is going on before the Supreme Court in the chamber proceeding that is going on. So all these arguments, these allegations that are being leveled, that the petition is not maintainable, so all these arguments will be taken up by the Supreme Court in the next hearing.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us with those details, Deepankar. Let's get you the update on what has happened so far. Sources have told Times Now that the Supreme Court is seeking a response from Karisma Kapoor on the application that has been moved by Priya Kapur. And what Priya Kapur has sought is the agreement, the divorce petition agreement that took place between Sanjay Kapur as well as Karisma Kapoor. That was the petition that had been raised in the court. In fact, Priya Kapur, who is the third wife of the late businessman Sanjay Kapur, approached the Supreme Court seeking the certified copies of all the documents related to the divorce proceedings between Karisma Kapoor as well as Sanjay Kapur. The divorce had taken place in 2016, and these details, the documents have all been sought by Priya Kapur. A bench of Justice A.S. Chandrakar will hearing the matter in this regard has sought a response from Karisma Kapoor, and we are told that the Supreme Court has sought a response from Karisma Kapoor on this application that has been moved by Priya Kapur for the certified copies of the divorce petition, and Karisma Kapoor's side has objected to it. In fact, this application that has been moved has been objected to on the grounds that it is not maintainable before the court. Remember, Karisma Kapoor's children, Samaira Kapur and her brother Kian Kapur, are locked in a legal battle over the late father Sanjay Kapur's 30,000 crore estate. They had moved the Delhi High Court alleging that the will is forged and fabricated. So the contested will of the late industrialist actually bequeaths all the wealth to his wife Priya Kapur, excluding his children from the previous marriage to Karisma Kapur, as well as his mother and siblings. So this has been contested, and Samaira and Kian Kapur, in their application before the High Court, alleged that their late father's will is forged and fabricated. So that is the legal battle that is currently taking place. So joining us on the broadcast is Mandira Kapur, Sanjay Kapur's sister. Thank you for joining us. Ms. Mandira Kapur, in the latest in this entire saga, as we know, an application has been moved by Priya Kapur, and she has sought the copies of Sanjay and Karishma's divorce settlement. What would you like to say about that?
Well, I mean, I don't think it makes sense for her to be involved in what their divorce proceedings were, number one. Number two, she has them. She's shown them in court. And thirdly, Karishma, I was going for holidays with Sanjay and the kids and everyone. So I don't understand what she needs this for and what her involvement in this entire thing is. So I think it's completely ridiculous for her to even ask for this when A, she already has it, and B, she has nothing to do with it. It was 10 years ago. They've been, as she only says, a blended family. They've been going on holidays and everything together. So what do you need it for?
Okay. In fact, there is a controversy that is deepening on the questions being raised about the CDR location. Many viral claims also being made. Would you want to address that this has led to many also questioning the will itself?
I've always stuck by the truth will come out, and it's coming out. And I believe in the justice system in India. The truth is going to come out, and, everyone's going to see that all of this is, my brother would never cut his kids out. And I think this is proving more and more about what we've been saying all this time.
Okay. In fact, the children of Karisma Kapoor have also made some sensational claims. Would you want to address that on the allegations that they have made?
I think everyone's saying the same thing. The will is not what is done by my brother. I mean, I think everyone's pointing in the same direction. It's looking completely made up. It's not a true, proper will.
Okay. I request you to stay with us. My colleague Deepankar is also on the broadcast with us, and he has been getting us the updates in the legal dispute that has been going on. And Deepankar, we're speaking to Mandira Kapur, Sanjay Kapur's sister, and again, it's the same question. Questions being raised on the will itself, and this is the same that has been said by Karisma Kapoor's side as well, the children as well, going on to say that the will in itself is fabricated.
Well, yes, this has been the allegation from day one. There were allegations that were being leveled by the counsels for Karisma Kapoor's children in the Delhi High Court, where they were saying that there are various loopholes in the will that is there. There were certain modifications that were there. They've also been raising this question regarding the signs that were there of Sanjay Kapur on this entire will. So these questions were being raised time and again while the hearing was going on in the interim injunction also and also in the main matter. So these allegations are being leveled which were not properly addressed during the hearing, but in the written submission it was also added on by the counsel for Karisma Kapoor's children that if these forgery that has been made, the alleged forgery that has been made over there, and if these are gone into and a proper investigation is launched, then there can be a case of certain sections of BNSS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which come under forgery and which eventually lead to life imprisonment, and that would lead to the whole case turning on itself. So these were the allegations that have been leveled by the counsel for Karisma Kapoor's children during the High Court, during the hearings in the High Court. As of now, the High Court is seized of the matter, and the order is reserved on the part of interim injunction, where they have sought that an injunction should be granted against Priya Kapur so that she may not alienate any of the property. So we will now have to wait and watch as to what that order comes out to be, and what those allegations that are being leveled, what these written submissions that have been submitted before the Delhi High Court, what does these written submissions bring forward from the court as observations during the order that is to be pronounced.
Okay, all right. So the application moved by Priya Kapur seeking the copies of the divorce settlement. As of now, Karisma Kapoor's side has denied it. That's what we're told. In fact, the Supreme Court has also asked Karisma Kapoor's side to give this in writing, giving these details in this regard. So let's get a roundup of what has happened so far. Sources telling Times Now that the Supreme Court has sought a response from Karisma Kapoor. So she has to now give in writing her response to the application that has been moved by Priya Kapur. And what we are told is that Karisma Kapoor's side has said that it is not maintainable, and the court has now sought a written response on that. So the matter has been listed for hearing after 2 weeks, when we'll know what will happen next.
The matter is now listed before the Supreme Court for a period after a period of 2 weeks, when Karisma Kapoor has to file all those written responses, all the arguments that she had made before the court, which our sources have been telling us that this entire plea that has been made by Priya Kapur before the Supreme Court to obtain these documents from the Supreme Court, the certified copies of the documents of the Supreme Court, is not maintainable. It has been argued there that she is not a party to this case when this matter was going on, the divorce petition was going on, and it is not maintainable on that regard that she goes through the certified copies. So all these arguments that have been made by Karisma Kapoor before the court, that has to be given in written format before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will, after going through all those written submissions that will be filed by Karisma Kapoor's counsel, will then take an appropriate order, will then pass an appropriate order and take an appropriate view whether Priya Kapur is entitled to get those certified copies or not.
Okay, all right. Let me take this across to Mandira Kapoor for the details. Ms. Mandira Kapoor, the children have questioned the will, and they have also said that the will was not executed in Gurgaon. What do you have to say on this?
I think they're on the right track. I think everyone's got the same claims in the family. I think they're on the right track. It is not I mean, you can't tell me that he's gone on holidays with his kids. He's so close to his kids, but he's decided to cut them out of the will. It doesn't add up. None of this makes sense to any of us, and we're sticking by that.
Okay, all right, Deepankar. So in the center of this entire controversy is that purported will, which has been rejected even by family members. It's not just Karisma Kapoor and children, but there are also family members of Sanjay Kapur who have raised objections to the will, going on to say that it doesn't look like it could be his will. So the authenticity of the will in itself has been questioned by the family members.
Well, yes, the veracity of the will has been questioned by the family members. It has been, in fact, been in the middle of these questionings since day one of the hearing that was going on before the Delhi High Court, where the mother of Sanjay Kapur, Mrs. Rani Kapur, was also raising question on the veracity of the will, and it was also being raised. These same questions were also being raised by the children of Karisma Kapoor, who had moved this plane to where they were seeking part of the estate of the Sanjay Kapur. So these questions have been raised because a lot of submissions were around these things where there were certain loopholes in the will, there were certain loopholes in the timeline that was being given by the counsels for Priya Kapur before the Delhi High Court, and all those were pointed out, like there was factual errors, there were spelling mistakes in the will. So all these errors were being pointed out in order to show that there is a question on the veracity of the will. And furthermore, there were certain questions also being raised on the people who were the witnesses of the will, because it was also being stated that these witnesses were given certain pecuniary benefits when after these will were being signed, or around that time period when the will was being executed. So all these questions were raised before the Delhi High Court when the arguments were going on, in order to show that there are questions, there is a question of the legitimacy of the will, whether the will is the correct will or not. So all these questions were raised in the Delhi High Court when this matter was being heard.
Okay, all right, and the legal proceedings continue. Dipankar, thank you for joining us with those details. We'll come back to you for those updates on the legal proceedings. For now, we shift our attention